Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your brother coming right back at you once again. I have 276 videos, I believe, somewhere around that. Somebody asked me, how come I have so few subscribers? And the answer is so simple, it is unbelievable. Simple. Today's subject, and it's going to be a short video, ladies and gentlemen, is humanity's pimp. Now, if we take a look at the definition of a pimp, we know what a pimp does. You know, he controls women, okay? And then he takes his earnings because this woman go out with prostitute. Now, let me ask you this, ladies and gentlemen. Hasn't this exactly what humanity has been? Humanity's pimp is the devil. He's been pimping humanity ever since he kicked it to a false mother. Now, it doesn't matter whether you believe or whether you don't believe in the creation version, but to me, it's not a version, because I wouldn't be up to 275 videos coming at you with so few subscribers, thinking that hoping. No, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm here to tell you is the truth. This is a message for the few. We are a voice in the forest. Humanity has been living under this pimp control throughout its history. Ever since the devil, that old serpent called the devil, kicked it to our first mother and she fell. Ladies and gentlemen, please believe me what I'm telling you, because whether you want to believe it or not, and I cannot lie, before this book, the Holy Scriptures, I tell you, I lived that life. I used to be a drug dealer back in New York, where I grew up. I used to go out with different women. In other words, I stained myself and my body, but I got cleaned through the blood of the Savior of humanity, which is Christ, which the word known as Jesus Christ. Of course, there was no J back in the days, so his name is not Jesus Christ. His name is Yeshua, Yahushua. Ladies and gentlemen, I walked that life. I lived that life. I used to go to Studio 54 back in the days in New York City. I used to go to Roseland. I used to be part of Studio 54 scene. I used to go to all the nightclubs with my entourage. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, I lived that life. And I'm telling you that the pimp of this world is the devil. Now, again, I'm not here to make you a believer, an overnight believer. No. What I'm here to show you is the road to truth. And even before you become a subscriber to my channel, do your research. Today, I'm going to show you the richest company in the world. A 10 trillion company in the world that few people are even aware it exists. Everybody thinks that Elon Musk is the richest man on earth. That's a lie. Everything on this earth is a lie. I'm going to show you the richest man. Actually, one of the richest men that you should know, but you don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, what is a pimp once again? It's a man that control prostitute. Humanity is the devil's prostitute, because that is exactly what we have become. Remember, I was on the other side. I can tell you, I know how weak the human mind is. And once the devil gets a hold of your mind, body, and soul, it's hard for you to grasp, to understand, to appreciate what I'm talking about, what I talk about here, what I cover on my videos, on my channel, period. And the word that the CIA invented and made popular back in the 1960s, because they knew this time was coming. A lot of people think that I am that, a conspiracy theorist. I'm in good company, because so was Christ. If Christ would have been alive today, he would have been considered a conspiracy theorist, a crazy, a man without a life, but yet he preserved life for this ungrateful creation on this planet. The Satanists know. See, because if you are Satanist and you believe in the devil, by default, you know that there is a God. So the reality is that the money, that the God that the money, the United States money refers to on the dollar bill, by inscribing the word "In God We Trust" with all of its satanic symbols upon it, the all-seeing eye and the pyramid and all of that, ladies and gentlemen, it is a freaking joke. See, the devil is a liar, is deceit. He exploits your emotions. And that is exactly what humanity has been, with all of its religions, with all of its scientific and medical establishments. In fact, the scientific community and the medical establishment needs to pledge honor. They need to take an oath called the Hippocratic Oath. And who do you think they take an oath to? To the God? No, to the gods. Apollyon. You understand? Apollyon in the Bible is referred to the devil. So, ladies and gentlemen, as Guns N' Roses used to say, welcome to the jungle. The earth has become the devil's jungle. And it is nasty. It is dirty. It is disgusting. It smells. The smell of death is everywhere. People have gone out of their mind. Humanity is at a level of consciousness, okay? Because the first level of consciousness was when we were created. Consciousness of truth. And then we were invited, we were coerced through a lie to be part of this falsehood, this lie. In fact, our first parents were told what? That they would live forever and that they will become gods. And up until this day, until this last days of human existence, there are many people that believe that, because they believe in reincarnation, where there's no such thing. See, there are two things that are, there's many lies, but reincarnation does not exist. 2, there is no hell. 3, is so many. I could be here all night, all afternoon and night, telling you. Okay. 3, the earth is a freaking globe. Ladies and gentlemen, the fact that you've been taught that the earth is a globe by the powers that be should tell you something. When the powers that be, tells you something, ladies and gentlemen, do not believe it. When they tell you, for instance, that the Earth is traveling in space, what, 67,000 miles per hour? That is exactly what people were taught. That's what we were taught when we were growing up, right? Up in schools. But you know what? It is a lie. People are still talking. The people the people that are bringing the world economic research talk about sapiens, which means they believe in Homo sapiens. They believe in the theory of evolution, but yet the theory of evolution has been completely destroyed. In fact, and again, I take it upon this Bible that if Charles Darwin was alive, the one that wrote the book of The Origin of Species, people will call him my conspiracy theory, a man that has gone crazy, a man that has grown old, that he's crazy. People will not listen to him. Why? Because he lit the spark of a deceit, of a lie. That humanity, it is a satanic lie, because he was possessed by the devil. In fact, when that man started on his journey, before that, he was bored out of his mind. And he got into his yacht or boat, or whatever you want to call him, called the what is it? The Beagle. And he went around the world for 5 years, sailing around the world for 5 years, and until he hopped upon the Galapagos Island in South America. And there he thought, oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is so beautiful. This is like paradise. And he took some samples, and voila. Which means that all the empires, all the previous people that believed in God and worshiped God were all lying. You understand? So there are different levels of consciousness. The second consciousness was when the devil came into the scene and lied to our parents. And ever since then, there are many levels of consciousness, okay, spew and have been accepted on this last days that we live in. For instance, we are in a state of consciousness where we don't think that we have women they say that they have the right to kill the baby in the womb. The women that have incest relationship or that are raped have the right to commit abortion. But guess what? Here's my message to these ladies. The fact that incest exists and the fact that rape exists should tell you about the state of consciousness that we live in. See, all these two things simply helps to justify the evil in this world. For instance, when people vote, what do some people say? A lot of people say, well, I'm going to vote, lesser of two evil. Let's say that it is Biden and Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going for the lesser of two evil. Well, you shouldn't be voting for evil anyway. And besides, your vote don't count. Take a look at some of the links that I will send you. In fact, a man that was part of this satanic system his name is George Carlin. He died. He was an atheist, thanks to religions. See, religions, okay, has another level of consciousness. He exploits people's emotions, and then people see the reality, and then that's why they become atheists. But when you become an atheist, you are by default a Satanist. Now you may say, well, I don't do no ritual, I don't dress up in black robe, or do human sacrifices like people do. Doesn't matter. You are a Satanist at a different level because you don't accept the reality that God exists, the creator of all creation. So once again, I ask you, who is humanity's pimp? The devil is. Who are the governments and empires that have existed throughout history? They are the devil's minions that are carrying out their agendas throughout human history. And this last days that we live in, this last human generation, what do we have? We have Davos. We have the World Economic Reset. And its leader is who? Klaus Schwab, a man that sold guns to the Nazis. Do your research. It is sad that people live their lives and people become part of different religions or different ideologies, whether it's satanic, and they don't do the research. They just follow the masses. I remember watching a movie many years ago called The Poseidon Adventure. And we know that Poseidon, according to the Greek, is the god of water, right? So, and I'm talking about the old version of it. There was this man that kept telling the people, hey, follow me, come this way. They didn't listen. They all died. They all perished. And yet, even though some of them died, there were survivors thanks to this man who gave his life to save these people. So ladies and gentlemen, please, I'm not here. I'm going to read one Bible verse today. So I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm here. You know what I'm doing here? I'm giving you the truth. I'm giving you reality. Are you ready for this? Can you handle the truth? And if this thing is new, do your research. That's why I send you the links. And today I'm going to show you the richest pimp in the world. And you would think, oh, does he care about people's well-being, about people's economic? No, of course not. Because they represents the pimp. They work with the pimp of this world, the pimp, the pimp, which is the devil, Satan. He has manipulated history. We don't know our history. It is sad. Hence, we suffer to the max. And that's why, and there goes my explanation as to why I have so few subscribers. But guess what? The subscribers that I do have are special. And even if they unsubscribe to my channel, they already heard the truth here. The reality, the irrefutable truth, reality. They can live in denial. They can become part of this system and probably say, hey, this guy is crazy. Okay. Then prove it. In fact, there's a challenge that I've been talking about for many years, okay? Because remember, I had a channel before this, and it was closed. But the truth can never be stopped. It was closed because I supposedly broke the rules. See, the reality is that truth is not accepted in this world. So we have to be careful how we express it, the things that we say, lest they will close my channel. See, the devil needs to have a reason not to make himself obvious, but he's out there. To us, he's obvious. To us that know the truth, he's obvious. It's up to you. What are you going to do? Me, myself, I just do what the Bible asks me to do, which is what? Simply have a strong relationship with my Creator, following his laws and statutes, starting with the Ten Commandments. That's all. The Bible tells me, for instance, not to eat pork, so I don't eat it. And other religions have borrowed from this book. For instance, the Quran, which tells you not to eat swine, they were created out of the Bible. A lot of books have been created out of the Bible. And you may say, well, Ruben, why is that? To distort the Bible. That's why there are a lot of religions out there. Okay? So you get the impression that I'm here to talk to you about religion. And since religions have done their job by turning people into atheists, which I don't blame them, not justify them, but I understand them. Who can blame them? People are so discouraged because religions have failed them. Because it's all a lie. It is controlled by what people call the puppet masters. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, the next time you see Joe Biden shaking hand with an invisible, it's funny, I laugh, but you know what? I laugh at the ridiculousness of it. But the reality is that this man may be shaking hands with the pimp of this world. Remember, this world is controlled. This is his time. This is the devil's time. That's why you see sons and daughters going against their mothers, dishonoring their mothers and their parents, and using things to justify themselves. You cannot justify anything when you go up against the people that you came out of. You understand? So, before I close, just let me tell you this, and before I read the only verse in the Bible that I'm going to read today to you is this. When you go against the very being that you came out of, you are acting, you are, believe it or not, adopting the same attitude, the same mentality, the same essence as the pimp of this world. He knows how to push human buttons. Oh, he knows. Okay? And I'm going to show you, ladies and gentlemen, because I prove all things. For instance, George Floyd Square in Minnesota, 38th Street in Chicago. You would think that since they're honoring a man, a criminal, and they say his name, right? If you would think that, hey, there will be respectful, there will be no violence right there in that very spot. We're going to show you some videos and some up-to-date news. What's happening there? They should call it George Floyd's George Floyd's Death Square. That's what happens when you admire a criminal. And this is all thanks to what? To the pimp of this world. He knows how to push people's button. Defund the police. Well, how is that going? You understand? So that people kill each other. Defund the police, right? So humanity is in a catch-22 because they're out of options. They're out of direction, and they don't want to accept the only solution to the problem, because the humanity's problems are spiritual in nature. And until we come to terms with that reality, of course not. That's why the majority, in fact, humanity as a whole, will be destroyed, except for God's chosen ones. Because the devil has his chosen people, okay, which are the leaders and the business people, and I'm going to show you. Okay? And they make you believe that they care about equality, and you have swallowed this lie. They don't care because they know America is done anyway. Okay? So, this is what I'm here to tell you today. That's all. That's why everything has become so acceptable. Man can marry man for the first time in human history. A woman can marry a woman. We are gene entering kids. We are messing with the genes before they are even they even choose what they want to be. Parents are turning them boys into girls and girls into boys. It is sad, ladies and gentlemen, because the pimp is in full charge. He's in full control, and humanity is its prostitute. In fact, there are two, the Roman Catholic Church, which is the first beast, and the second beast is the United States. They are both called what? Whores. And the religions that came out of the Roman Catholic Church are called what? Harlots. She is called the mother of harlots. But I'm going to read you only one verse out of the Bible today, so you understand how strong and how powerful this pimp is. Let us go to Ephesians chapter 6, and then I'm done. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay? America, there's a storm coming for you, and you will be destroyed. And the purpose of this video is to make sure that the people that are within the reach of my voice make it through. It's not going to be easy. Nothing ever worth fighting for comes easy. I found that out when I was in the Marines, because I was part of the United States Marines back in 1985. When I came out of high school, a few years after I came out of high school. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, I'm not here to convince you of anything, okay? I'm here to make you understand that these are the last days, whether you want to believe it or not. But do not believe the lie that I, as a student of religion, I'm a religionist. I studied many different religions, and I'm here exposing their lies, their psychological hold at an emotional level that you cannot even fathom. Ladies and gentlemen, it's sad. The whole human race have been brainwashed. People have gave themselves up. For instance, let me give you an example. I mean, I could give you a whole bunch of them, but let me give you just one. People think that the cross is a sacred symbol. The cross is actually a satanic symbol. And people think that when the cross is upside down, this is how ridiculous people are. That when the cross is upside down, oh, you gotta be a Satanist. No. Whether it's upside down, up, in the right, it doesn't matter. That's a satanic symbol. It existed even before Christ was born. Get this through your head. Okay? Stop believing the lies. And once again, I prove what I talk about here. Black Lives Matter was a lie. Why? Because they learned from their political ideology. In fact, Black Lives Matter's founders said, what do they say? That they are trained Marxists. They don't even know what the heck they're talking about. Because if they care about Black Lives Matter, then why don't they go to Chicago, where brothers and sisters are killing each other? Cleveland, St. Louis, California. Baltimore in the United States, Detroit, Camden, New Jersey. I got family down there. You understand? Hello. New York City. America is done. It doesn't have the doesn't have the moral strength to lead this nation. No leader can. You think Donald Trump is going to be your savior, right? That's what they want you to believe. In fact, Donald Trump set this trap for the FBI, and they fell for it. Yeah, the raid on his Mar-a-Lago residence was a trap for the FBI, and a lot of the FBI agents know this, but it's so they're playing with your emotions. See, that's what leaders do. They divide the masses, and the same thing with religion. They divide the masses, so they control you. See, they learn from their pimp that humanity have been worshiping forever. The sun god. Ladies and gentlemen, please. This is a spiritual battle. This is a spiritual war. And I'm here to warn you. I don't want you to get lost. I don't care if you are Native Americans who are the tribe of God. I don't care if you are Issachar from the tribe of Issachar, which are the Mexicans. I don't care if you are the tribe of Levi, which are the Haitians. I don't care. I don't care if you are white as snow. If you follow this, you will be saved. So those people that are called white people the devil, they don't know what they're talking about. It is sad. It is very, very, and people actually believe this. Because in fact, all humanity are sinners. We all have sinned. So I don't want to hear this, oh, white man is the devil. No. We are all sinners. We are all slaves to the pimp, which is the devil. And the secret is, and all of humanity actually giving themselves up to this thing, because they say, well, if you cannot beat them, join them. I'm not joining. I don't vote. I don't take the jab. I don't take the jab. I don't believe it. In fact, you see how you all been lied to? It's on the news. What they say? You take this, you're not gonna get that. Well, guess what? How's that going? Huh? You see? Everything, they lie to you. Enough with the lies. May God bless you. And once again, there's your answer for those people that says, wait a minute, Ruben, you have 276 videos or 75, and you only have this amount of subscribers? Yes, because this message is not for everyone. People are not they don't want to understand. They don't want to hear this. They live in La La Land. We are the voice in the desert. We are the voice in the forest, just like Christ was. And people will betray you, okay? Like Judah did. And people will deny you, like Peter did to Christ. Because the pimp is hard at work, because he knows that his days are numbered. Whether you believe it or not, the less you know, the better it is for him. Then he can play you. This is all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. May God bless you. Remember, believe it or not, I pray for all my subscribers. I'm probably the only YouTubers that pray for each subscriber, because this is a very dangerous knowledge. This is not a knowledge for everyone. For the brain, for the sheeple out there, for the brainwashed people, this is not for them. This is for you. Spread the message, because this gospel needs to be what? Shall be preached unto all the world, and then shall the end come. And another thing that I don't want you to believe that World War III is going to break out any minute. No, do not believe that lie. That is as much of a lie as global warming and climate change. It's all a trick. You see how they play with your emotions? You see how they lie to you? You see it all. I mean, if you are here in this channel, you know what I'm talking about. God bless you, brothers and sisters.